great masters have been promoting the yoga in a different way to individuals.
हमारे साथ खास बातचीत करने के लिए व्यास जो कि हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट है योगा विवेकानंद सेंटर कोलंबो. So my first question to you is how do you take yoga to be popular in Sri Lanka, the popularity of yoga in Sri Lanka, the very basic question.
Aibuan, Vanakkam and Namaste, and thank you for coming to Sri Lanka. Welcome. So, yoga's role in Sri Lanka has been in existence from the prehistoric time. And the yoga's different realm of its approach has had a very good recognition after the effort of India's International Day of Yoga and various other things, because that has led into various academic and various aspects of empowering programs in Sri Lanka.
Also, my second question, because you spoke about India's role when it comes to the international yoga, how do you take Prime Minister Narendra Modi's role in promoting yoga now that he's coming to Sri Lanka? What are your expectations when it comes to yoga, and also Prime Minister Narendra Modi's role when it comes to promoting yoga?
So you will see that in history, great masters have been promoting the yoga in a different way to individuals. But his effort, Prime Minister Modi, what he did, he brought all those ancient energies. He ensured and created a platform to ensure that this can be made as a study and not just as a faith. So he established the platform, or we can say he established the ground in such a way that even a sick man and even a holy man can approach this and take his best of him out. So Prime Minister actually sealed and gave a bigger recognition. Even I think you'll see the Prime Minister's award, which all gave a bigger recognition for all these institutions, which can be very old ashrams or mandirs or even coming up institutions. He also created, like the Ministry of Ayush in India, it created a structure, it created a standard that gave a greater recognition. That is why even WHO, you will say World Health Organization, has a protocol, just like how they have a protocol for the different fields of medical science, for Siddha, for Ayurveda. They also created a structure for the yoga culture.
Also, my last question to you is, how are you taking Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Sri Lanka? What are your expectations from his visit to Sri Lanka in the context, because you spoke about Ayurveda, you spoke about yoga, you're the head of the yoga department. What are your expectations when Prime Minister arrives in Sri Lanka?
So, he has been doing, or he with his government has always been contributing a greater manner for the past years. And when Sri Lanka needed, it was Prime Minister and it was the India and the Indians were there for us first. So we are very grateful to that. And in that same manner, in the process of expanding that to the next layer, or we can say whether it can go into the research or it can be like Ayush cells, India, you find Ayush cells. Aspects of those things can always blossom in Sri Lanka, and I think government to government will have a very beautiful things regarding yoga, Ayurveda, Siddhas coming up in Sri Lanka in a bigger way.
Yes, thank you for speaking to Bharat Express. तो ये थे व्यास जिनका साफ तौर से कहना था कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी श्रीलंका के साथ हमेशा से खड़े रहे हैं, और गवर्नमेंट टू गवर्नमेंट का इस बार जो रिश्ता होगा श्रीलंका और इंडिया का वो और भी गहरा होगा. वीडियो जर्नलिस्ट रमेश के साथ महिमा कटारिया, भारत एक्सप्रेस.